Good evening, everyone. This is a reading of the second book of We Thoughts. It is called Before Shibboleth. How money got here on this planet. A very long time ago, there was a little village located deep in nature where the people lived like one big family, and there was a queen and a king. And, well, this fairy tale begins like most of those we've all heard. All the people working and playing as usual, and not much mention about money. In fact, there was no money in this village. The queen had been observing for quite a while that the people were becoming more and more frustrated. One beautiful morning, she awoke, right away concerned about the situation and the people. It was very early in the morning. The sun was not even up yet. This is not a good way to start the day, she told herself. She turned to the king, who was still sleeping, and with her gentle, nimble fingers, she popped open one of his eyes, and she said to him, "Do something to help the people work better together." She closed the eye and then whispered in his ear, "I love you." The coin magically appears. One night, in the chamber of the Magi, the king came to us one night, and he told us about the queen's request to do something to help the people work better together. He was pretty short and to the point about it. Well, none of us had any ideas. We thought a lot. So, we decided to have a ceremony, a real ceremony. We began by refining our synchronization with the cosmic order, the sun, the moon, the stars, the naturalesque movement of everything. It took some time. And then we prepared the space and ourselves. And when the time was just right, we were ready, and we met at 6 o'clock one evening. We focused our attention on the center and cleared our minds, and as we witnessed our breathing, we watched the light. By the time the sun was rising, the candle was low, and our eyes closed. This is when the little old man appeared, and he silently placed a gift on the altar. But there was something else there also, something sneaking around, a dark shadow. When we opened our eyes, there, next to the candle, was a gold coin. Well, actually, we didn't know what it was at the time. There was no such thing as money yet. We took the gold coin to the king. He told us, "Make some more and give a few of the magical devices to each person. Call them moolah." The little old man is the old alchemist ancestor. He knew the secret to growing gold. And so we did as the king said. We gathered all the gold we could find. Our special place was built near the gold intentionally. It was our alchemist's request to build near the mine or river source. So we didn't have to go far away for the gold. We made a bunch of the little coins and gave everyone each a few during a special ceremony in the sanctuary. Everyone was so happy just holding the magical golden coins. Having a magical golden coin created a feeling and made everybody feel happy somehow. But no one knew what to do with the magical device, and after a while, they each one decided to return the coins back to the priests. So, back to the Magi all the gold went. And we, the Magi, decided that the best thing to do with all the moolah was to melt them down and to build a statue of a golden cow with it. So we did, and we made a celebration of it. Everyone admired the new, dazzling statue and sang and danced around it for a pretty long time. But eventually, the excitement wore off. Everyone got bored with the golden cow, and we were back to where we started again. The queen was not happy. We had another ceremony. This time, we presented the golden cow to our special invisible helpers. Another magical golden coin appeared, and there was definitely a dark shadow in the room too. So we melted down the golden cow and brought the king even more coins than before. This time, the king called it payola, and he had us put his picture on each coin. We gathered all the coins together and put them in 2 pots. I will loan 2 of our best workers each 1 pot of my fine magical golden coins to use in some clever way. And just as the king was announcing this from his balcony to all the people down below in the courtyard, dark clouds, thunder and lightning, and a big storm blew in. The rain freshened everything, and when all the people came back outside, there, above the 2 pots of golden coins, was a rainbow. And this inspired the 2 highly admired, specially chosen workers to make use of the magical payola in some way that would help the people work better together, and so make the queen happy and the king. That night, the 2 specially chosen workers prayed for guidance. Here's what they saw in their dream. They saw an old man with a long white beard going around to a group of fishermen and also to a group of farmers. He looked for the ones working the hardest and the smartest, and he gave them each 2 coins. And he gave the other workers who were helping, but not working so hard, 1 coin each. The next morning, the 2 chosen workers knew just what to do. They used the payola to pay all the workers, just like the old man in the dream. One of the chosen ones led a fishing boat, and the other led a farm. That day, both groups getting paid brought lots more food to the village than usual. More food than could even be used by all the people of the village. The lead workers asked the other workers to try an experiment and to exchange their coins for food. The workers with 2 coins paid the leaders with their extra payola in exchange for the extra fish and vegetables. They took this extra food and stored it as best they could. Later that week, a young shipwrecked girl appeared on the beach. She had nothing. She needed food and shelter and clothes. She approached the leaders and she told them of her dilemma. She also saw that they did have plenty of food, which they were trying to save, and she could see that they needed help, because saving food and other things too requires some work and attention, so she tried to make a deal. Hi, my name is Angel NicGillicuddy, and I'm from the island of Barataria, near the island of Robinson Crusoe. I would like to make a bargain with you for some food and clothes, please. I can see that you are already starting to have challenges saving your food. Do you have any payola, Angel? Said the farmer. You mean money? Said Angel. What's that? Said the fisherman. And he showed her a golden coin. Oh, I thought that's what you meant. Nope. It's a kind of long story, but mine all melted, said Angel. The farmer and the fisherman looked at each other. The fisherman held up one of the golden coins in the sunlight. I'll pay you to take care of the stored food, and then you can take the payola and exchange it for what food and stuff you need, like everyone else. Deal, said Angel. So Angel became a worker in the little village. The farmer gave her a shirt, and Angel went to work, turning the stored wheat and tending the other things and repairing the roof to the storage building. She slept on the beach at night. Angel didn't mind the work, and the village was a nice place to be for the time being. She worked hard and was clever to make some improvements to the storage situation, and somehow persuaded a big black snake to move into the storage area, and that took care of the pests. The leaders eventually decided to give her 2 coins instead of just 1. Angel took this coin and exchanged it for a chicken. She made friends with a hermit who never spoke, but he knew a lot, and he allowed her to sleep on a blanket on his floor, till they finished making a small bed, which was all her own. She did small chores in exchange, and everything worked out fine. She was set for the winter. One night, she thought she heard someone, which was very unusual in the hermit's home, a whisper. Where are you from? And Angel answered, Paradise Island. Maybe she was asleep. The winter. Things went well all during the warm months. The leaders used the payola to pay workers doing various specialized parts of the fishing and farming businesses, to exchange for whatever food they wanted to eat at the meal times. The extra food was sent to Angel to take care of in her storage warehouse business. The king also provided a loan to her. All the payola simply circulated, returning back to the king. After all, his picture was on it. And then he loaned it out again, depending on how much stuff there was for sale. And it just went around and around. When he saw an opportunity to set up some other helpful new business for dividing up whatever work needed to be done, he got more money from the alchemist. Each time the new business was successful, the work got easier, and there were more workers with money to buy the extra food and other extra things. And eventually it all balanced out, that the amount of money in circulation equaled the amount of food being harvested and whatever else was made and ready to buy. Of course, this only included the things that people wanted and were willing to pay for. The other things, not so much in demand, went down in price and eventually disappeared. The fishing business was a little bit special because it could go on working and harvesting and growing all year long, even in the winter. So it provided lots of extra food that wasn't even needed. It all got stored, but there was so much that something needed to be done. Either slow down and not go fishing so much, or start some new business. But that would require new worker people, and already everyone in the village had a job and was getting paid. There was a construction business to build everyone a home. But eventually, everyone had one. Still, there was work, though, maintaining structures. The king watched over things and made sure there was enough money to pay the workers, and that there was enough food and homes, and whatever else the workers wanted. If someone had a new idea for something, a business could easily be started by loaning that person the money to try it. And if the people liked it, they would pay for it, and the loan could be paid back to the king. Otherwise, the king didn't get his money back, and so he didn't keep loaning money to that person, and the business closed. It all worked fine like this. The king just kept the amount of money he loaned balanced with all this stuff on the shelves waiting to be sold. This includes services needed or wanted and ready to provide. The people were happy. They were working less and had time to play and pray, practice spiritual practice. And the queen was happy. But one person wasn't so satisfied, and that was the alchemist. When I have something, and then I find out that you need it or want it, now I know that I can embarrass you by not giving it to you, even though this thing that I have may not be important to me at all. When I do this, I commit usury. I will usually want something in exchange rather than hand over this thing for free once I find out that you want it or need it. This is usury. It is very contagious. The payola was absolutely necessary and needed and wanted by all the people, because it was absolutely essential to the new way in which everyone was working so well together. Right away. We'll continue from right there in the next reading.